Hi, and welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look at what's going on in our city. I'm Lindsay Paris, and this week we're remembering the Tercentenary fever that swept Haverhill 75 years ago this week, and meeting the dedicated graduates of the very first class of NECC's brand new Police Academy. But first, back in March, the Journal profiled a project that at the time was just getting underway in the city. 4 months later, the Inside Out project has become the talk of downtown, where walls and windows are adorned with hundreds of portraits of the faces you know and love. Been on a stroll downtown lately? Then you've experienced it. Rounding a corner and stumbling onto a larger-than-life photo of your high school English teacher, your next-door neighbor and her kids, even that guy you're always bumping into on Merrimack Street. They're all amongst the nearly 300 portraits that have made their debut over the past 2 weeks, beginning with the posting party on June 13th and the walkabout event and celebration on June 18th. Project lead Linda Germain took us on a walking tour.
Welcome to Workers Plaza. This is the hub or the starting point for the Inside Out project, Haverhill Spirits and Souls, where we're celebrating the people who live, work, and play in our city. So we have 0.8 miles of photos with 300 photos. The great story is how people just kind of stepped up and got involved. That was the magic. Actually, there's a fabulous story here. This woman, she saw this guy in the alleyway and she invited him to have his photo done, and he didn't have any money and she paid for him. This woman is a great story. She lives at the Housing Authority building on Essex Street, and you see her there in her chair all the time. She actually walked over here and saw her photos. This gentleman works for Brightside. We got this great photo of him with the flowers because that's what he's all about. He's a horticulturist. Michelle was great at the very beginning, helping us with photos and adjusting images and getting my lighting right on the very first photo shoot. This one always looks like me, but it's not me, it's my sister. We had a couple of building owners allow us to use their windows. And this is a little different application. It's just 3M command strips. So we had Haverhill Music who did that. We had Haverhill TV and Appliance. Sean Chen let us use this building.
Inside Out Haverhill! Inside Out Haverhill!
Participants are being recognized all over town, and they're using the opportunity to explain what Inside Out is all about.
People have been asking me, what is this? What's going on? What are these? What are those pictures? And that's a question that we constantly want to ask of the public so that they become aware, they become more interactive.
I do get people as customers. I get them coming through the store, and they all like to ask, what is this? What is it about?
My daughter saw my son, and she was so excited that people stopped to see her because she was just glowing about it. Somebody reached out to me and told me, my picture's next to your picture. It's just been a reason for people to connect.
The images should be up for about 6 weeks. We're planning on taking them down the first week in August, but it is an ephemeral event, so they change every day just based on how people interact with them, how the weather treats them.
This little kid was waiting in line with her family, and she's looking around and she says, what is this all about, to her mom? And her mom looked at me and I said, well, it's about the community coming together and showing their pride. And she said, I says, what do you think that is? She goes, I think it means that everybody here loves one another.
People start to say, what's happening, what's going on? And that creates communication, and then hopefully communication creates community. And hopefully this will allow people to grow, to get to know each other.
It was great. I mean, it's a real community effort, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Faces are important in a community, and faces are important in art, and we need to be more aware of who is out there. Who are these people who are part of our community?
I just want to give a huge thank you to all the people who made this possible. Everybody who paid for their pictures, all the building owners, the landowners. Creative Haverhill Foundation gave us a great sponsorship. Cogswell Foundation gave us another sponsorship. So really, it's a lot of little people coming together to make big things happen.
All of the posters will be gone within the next 5 weeks, so check them out now at the MVRTA Garage on Washington Street and Essex Street. Most folks know by now that preparations for Haverhill's 375th birthday bash this summer are underway, but they may not know that this city has a history of huge anniversary celebrations, only befitting a hometown as amazing as ours. This week, the Journal is recalling the massive Tercentenary Celebration of 1940 that drew thousands upon thousands for a whole week of festivities and made a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. It was billed as the anniversary to end all anniversaries. Back in the days of more civic involvement and fewer entertainment options, the people of Haverhill got together and got ready to celebrate the 300th birthday of our fair city. They planned a week-long festival that included a very special historical pageant that happened right here at Haverhill Stadium.
A nationwide radio audience was listening on June 20th of 1940 as Major Bowes, famed radio personality and host of the Major Bowes Amateur Hour, featured the Haverhill celebrations as its lead story that evening. That Thursday would kick off 9 days of 300th festivities. Celebrations kept on coming with a grand Tercentenary Ball at the Armory, a sports carnival featuring dozens of competitions, parades, and an enormous spectacle that would turn several hundred Haverhill residents into stars for an evening.
The Tercentenary magazine called it one of the most unusual productions ever produced, and that was probably true. It was Drums of Freedom, the tale of Haverhill's first 300 years, presented here in 19 acts.
A team of professional directors was brought in to guide the 750 community members who made up the cast. The role of Barefoot Boy was one of the most prestigious in the Drums of Freedom pageant, and 35 Haverhill boys would vie for the title. In the end, the honor of wearing the Whittier straw hat went to 10-year-old Herbert Bradley of Portland Street.
Imagine a parade starting right over here. Believe it or not, the 300th anniversary parade, or the gigantic street parade as it was called by the obviously very effusive Tercentenary Committee, began right here at the corner of Main and White Streets, and those marchers were in for a long walk.
The parade followed a route of several miles, from Monument down to Lafayette Square, down to Washington Street, over the County Bridge, and through Bradford, then back to Merrimack Street, and finally ending in Washington Square. But the event that week that holds the record as drawing the biggest crowd in the entire history of Haverhill, then and since, was the last-minute spontaneous Horribles Parade. Whatever it lacked in official standing, it more than made up for in enthusiasm, with a massive 50,000 onlookers gathering at 11 p.m. Friday between Central and Washington Squares. The crowds on Merrimack Street were so large that store windows shattered under the pressure. Sadly, no photos have survived of this late-night occasion, but it was pretty clear that the Tercentenary Horribles Parade was the biggest party Haverhill ever experienced. Events wrapped up on June 30th, with the week being declared a major success. Thanks for coming along with us on this look back at Haverhill's 300th anniversary celebration. And if you're wishing you had been there, get involved and help make our 375th anniversary events this year all the more spectacular.
Visit the Public Library's special collections to see the beautiful albums of the Tercentenary in their holdings. And of course, HC Media will be bringing you all of the 375th news and festivities, so stay tuned for updates. 45 new police officers received their badges Friday as the first graduating class of NECC's new police academy, run jointly by the Methuen Police Department and Northern Essex Community College. Officers completed an intensive 21-week program covering a multitude of subjects. HC Media was at the ceremony and met some of the remarkable individuals who have taken this step forward into protecting and serving the community.
Families and friends gathered Friday morning at the NECC Sports and Fitness Gymnasium to see student officers from 17 towns receive their graduate diplomas.
Good morning. Recruits, are we excited yet? I can't hear you.
The Police Academy is about training officers to be entry-level policemen in different cities and towns. Well, I think that they've all worked very hard and they're dedicated to the profession, so I enjoy training them. And they've earned this position at this point from their hard work, and I just would hope that they would all be safe. The students and the staff of the Academy feel that we should be thanking a few key people here this morning. One of them clearly is Dr. Lane Glenn, president of Northern Essex Community College, and it's through his vision and perseverance that this academy has been able to come to passing, and we were able to put everything in place. Everything you would want in a police academy, Dr. Glenn has put forward for the community to take part in and use. As things unfolded throughout the course of the 21 weeks, there was clearly someone that kept all of the students motivated on a daily basis. We came up with an award that this gentleman is just an outstanding young man, the Esprit de Corps Award. And that award will go from the Lawrence Police Department, Officer Preston Carmichael.
Sergeant Fleming, the man in the suit who was talking earlier, he had come by Middlesex Community College. I was there taking courses at the time. And he was dressed in his uniform. It was just when he was retiring out of the Lowell Police Academy. And he let me know exactly what he said. He said the police academy is like playing a varsity sport, going to college, and being in the military all at the same time. And myself being prior military, that really appealed to me.
Sounding good.
It's really helped me in the overall sense of opening my eyes in terms of where I'm going to be, at this present time entering the law enforcement community.
The Northern Essex Community College Academy has the best facility and grounds in the state and is the only academy that has a police chief's advisory board to oversee its operations. The academy staff instructors were all handpicked from amongst the best of the best statewide. The academy was designed right from the beginning to succeed.
Couldn't have been a better academy. Real close to Amesbury. It's all Merrimack Valley that's in this area, so it worked out very well. And law enforcement's something I've wanted to do for many years. How has it helped me? Oh, tremendously. I mean, the DT instructors, defensive tactics instructors, just showing us different types of ways to avoid getting injured on the job. From defensive tactics to driving, evasive driving, making sure we're safe, always wearing our seatbelts. We also had a below 100. It's a group that goes around talking about officer safety and trying to keep the number of officer deaths under 100. So it was, it's really a great experience, this whole thing.
Congratulations to all the Police Academy graduates. Due to its popularity, the program is being expanded for the fall semester. The fine arts scene is flourishing here in the Merrimack Valley. And this summer, you can visit the Haverhill Art Market to view and purchase pieces created by local artisans. The Art Market is a new, juried marketplace showcasing paintings, clay and woodwork, sculpture, jewelry, and more, all handmade in the Haverhill area. The market is held on the fourth Saturday of the month. Upcoming dates are July 25th, August 22nd, and September 26th from noon to 6 p.m. Visit the Art Market at 90 Washington Street in downtown Haverhill. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@mediahc.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our YouTube channel, HCTV Haverhill. And that's what's happening in Haverhill the week of July 9th. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll see you next time.